Before Gav and I started, Gav was working on a place here on this Louis Vuitton. And I remember walking in there going, geez, I think there's plaster off the wall. And for me, that was quite a big thing. And structural stuff going on. And you made good cash in that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And then we just thought, so we were quite active here. We had a block called Sorosa that we were just buying on. We were buying houses like that, all for 70, 90, 50 grand a pop. And just turning those quickly.
So I think that was it. It was just like allowing us to be able to get into the market quite easily by buying sort of fairly cheap properties, renovating them and flipping them. So Sean, what were you thinking when we looked to start Three Oaks?
So I think we weren't really thinking, Gav, to be honest.
No.
I think it was we came back from London and thought we were bulletproof. We'd buy a property, thought to fix it up, we made some tin, and then we thought, oh, this is easy, so we'll just do it again. When we decided on our name as Three Oaks, there were three guys, but the logo had a lot more thought. So if you can see, it's got the three acorns, which represent the hard hats, got the acorn look, which we were told had the sort of the oak tree and gave it the strength. So you're going to get through a lot of things, more resilient. So I think we were properly armed with a good logo, but no building experience.
I hear a truck has lost its load on the Grayston off-ramp. And I was sitting there going, how the hell does that happen? Anyway, I'm driving back to the office, from there coming this way, only to see our tipper truck with a whole lot of rubble directly behind it. It just laid out the ribbon block slab and we're about to pour concrete in the next day or two. And he just walked up to me and said, geez, Gavin, I really hope you know what you're doing. And we really didn't know what we were doing.
I had no idea.
So Sean, this is where it all started.
This is it, eh? This is the first project, 37 Ellis Street in Bellevue.
And this house over here, which was our first project, we bought it for 250,000 Rand.
But we would be on that roof, on the ridge there, 3 or 4 of us, holding one with one hand, sandpaper in the roof with the other, and us with the staff.
Sean, actually with sandpaper, sanding the roof. In the background there is an arch. Everything that we did here is as we had built it. Anyway, we'd set up the scaffolding, and we did the brickwork, and we got a pump in.
Yeah.
Concrete pump in.
Pump in.
I think it was the first time that we had actually probably used a concrete pump in our lives. Anyway, we started pumping concrete. It was 1 meter high, and we'd done the brickwork.
900 high.
It was 900 high. We'd done the brickwork about 2 or 3 days before, so the brickwork hadn't cured yet.
No.
And anyway, we pouring concrete.
And then all of a sudden, and then we see the brickwork start to expand. And then me and you were on the top.
Yeah.
And then we started to shout and they said, hey, get off there. This thing is collapsing. And then you see the brick goes like this.
Yeah.
And then we jump.
So just a brickwork went bah! And I promise you have never seen guys get down that scaffolding as quickly as we did. So you're the site manager with, and I think Tim was in the same boat. He also was a bit short of people, so he had Bongani.
Yes, and Shayla.
So he was giving you instructions, but then denying it later when his boss suddenly was querying him on that.
Best lesson ever.
Yeah.
Don't take verbal instructions.
Yeah.
Only written instructions.
Yeah.
I'll never do it again.
And we will certainly we'll never put him in front of a site.
When they were all on holiday in December, when we were building a Kuro school not far from Soweto, and I was going there every day. On this particular day, I was walking around the school, and I had just been to check the toilets for the kids. There I was, and there were no bloody doors, and the toilets were, the water was leaking everywhere. And I asked, where's the plumber? And they said to me, he's at home. So now I find out where does he live. They say he lives in Didier. I get into my car and I drive to Didier, and I get there and the bugger is still sleeping. I woke him up and he comes out. He's half asleep, half drunk, he's half everything. And I realize we are He comes out and I said to him, dude, I need you to come on site and fix this thing. And he says, yeah, but I haven't got people. They live in Orange Farm. think about this guy. And then he offers me a Johnny Walker Black. He says, let's drink. I could have murdered him. But be that as it may, I delivered the house, the school. On the 7th, it was half a school, but the school did start on the 7th. So
Me, myself, I've worked on sites. I've had to step in and work on a number of sites. I've done a night shift on an APSA project where we had no site manager to sit there. I've gone and worked the night for it, coming to the office late, gone there again. Other projects the same, the similar projects in the Life Kingsbury Hospital. I've spent time on that site, working as a site manager, trying to run the business from the site and at the same time running a particular site.
We'd actually give the guys money to go and buy. One guy would go buy food, he'd come back, he'd spend 3 hours in the kitchen cooking pap for everybody, including us. And then we would all stop, we would chow, and then productivity went down to like 30%.
So we were sitting here and obviously being typical guys. We needed the place cleaned, and outside there was this lady who was selling, was cooking peanuts. And so we asked her and said, listen, would you mind coming and helping and cleaning for a couple of hours every now and then, which she did. And yeah, Mama Lucky started her journey with us. And she was with us until her passing.
I think she seemed to be one of the few people that would turn around to Gav and say, please speak nicer to some people.
I remember that.
Some good coaching there.
Yeah, she would walk into my office after I'd been cucking out someone, which was generally quite often, and she'd walk in and say to me, Gavin, I think you could talk to him or her much nicer. So she was always a good check and balance for me.
Leaving at 6, there was traffic. As soon as I hit traffic, the alternator broke, the water pump broke. So you waited there till a tow truck came past, picked me up, hooked me on. But the best thing was they also broke into my Opel, broke the steering lock. So I had to sit in the car while the Opel was towing me, holding the wheels straight. And all he said is, don't move the wheels, then we die. So I was sitting there every time from Joburg all the way to Pretoria holding my wheels. Sat straight, got home, phoned my dad, he got the parts, worked till 2, 3 in the morning, got a shower, got back in the car, drove back to W30.
It was a lunchtime and then I was sitting in my bakkie.
Sleeping?
Yeah, I was sleeping.
Still doing that to this day.
So this guy came around and then he just banged on my window on my side of the drive, and then I was fast asleep, and then I thought someone is hijacking me or is shooting me. And then I was very angry, and then I got out and then I got this spade. In my anger, I just went to him. And then I said, what do you do? He said, no, Mampara. And then that's where I lose it. And then that's why I got this, and then I just got like this. Then when I was finished with him, I called Gavin. I said, Gavin, I hear somebody here. Can you come around to chat with me, because I moored him.
The funny thing was that there he was planing a door, and I said, are you okay? And he says, I'm fine. Yeah, nothing happened. Yeah, and he just carried on as if nothing had happened. So Cornelius here has been with us since the beginning. And have a look here. This is one of the original jackets.
So we're going back 15 years.
Yeah, I know.
It's about 15 years.
At least.
Yeah.
Because there were, and remember you had your braais here? You used to do your espetada braais here? Well,
Remember those things?
Yeah. It was a big street. Yeah, look at you used to braai here.
Yeah, right.
You were the ones sitting there braaiing, and then you had those big fat pieces of meat on.
We did it.
Yeah.
You're actually right. We used to have these functions and that, and then I invited so many people. Everyone says they're coming.
Yeah, and then no one would come.
Then no one came in and off. Must off to call them meet up.
Yeah.
So I used to eat, but yeah. Those were the good days, eh?
Yeah. So this is the YMCA. This is our first major commercial project that we did as Three Oaks. It started out on the 8th floor of this building. We had to build a roof. I think at the time it was a 80,000 Rand contract. We met a guy called Brett Gower, who then gave us the rest of the building to renovate.
So I arrived here on the site, gate was locked. I'd come through with a bolt cutter, and I got accosted by the local community. They stopped me. I tried to fight my way through, try to get to the chain in the lock. Wanted to cut it, couldn't get there. Got into a wrestle, got into
Were they
a
all
tussle.
small oaks, huh?
There was some little oaks. There was one sort of slightly chubby oak, maybe my age. So there was a fair fight. But there was two of them that accosted me. Kind of, you know,
Did you just
kind of
couple the combination?
we tussled for a bit. Went to the police. Police came here. Police said to them they had to unlock it. So they unlocked it. We calmed it down. Went to our office. Spoke like grown-ups. Sorted it out. Got them sorted out with what was actually due to them. There was a little bit that was due to them, but it wasn't the 100,000 rand that they were claiming. Got that done. Got that settled. Site went on. We continued.
So for those of you guys who don't know this place, this is the Radium Beer Hall, oldest pub in Johannesburg. Gavin and I lived on this road, Louis Buerta, and it was very difficult to pass here late afternoon without stopping for a Guinness. We even brought our famous crew that used to feed us for lunch here for a beer or two afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's always fun. We spend quite a bit of time here, nice and chill, quite relaxed, a lot of character.
Somewhere along the line, we decided we were going to go to the Sandbar, which is in Sandton City. And we drove there. I managed to park my car. I can't even remember where I parked it. And I landed up in a concert called the Pet Shop Boys. He and whoever else was with him came and joined us at the Pet Shop Boys. And yeah.
We felt like real bullies because most of our guys didn't know who the Pet Shop Boys were, and we were rocking.
Yeah.